Carol sits at the cramped kitchen table, copying the new term's lessons into the homework diary she's been given that morning. "What's that you're doing, pet?" Carol's mother asks. "They've never given you homework on the first day back." "No, ma'am, just getting this new timetable sorted. Though I do have a list of ingredients we need for Friday's double lesson." Mrs. Anderson peers over her daughter's shoulder. "Can't see any cookery lessons on there, love." "It's DS now, ma'am. Domestic science. Remember, they changed it last year." "Domestic science?" Betty Anderson sneers. "Not much science involved in trying to make ends meet, Carol. But I suppose we can have what you make at school for Friday's tea," she sighs. Carol's father was about to be made redundant from Greenwell's, the clothing factory where he's been an electrician since the mine closed. Carol dreads the thought of free school dinners, the embarrassment of an orange ticket instead of the usual blue. Betty pulls out a chair to scrutinise her daughter's recipe. "So, what scientific experiment will you be cooking up?" You can pinpoint any given day of the week according to what is served up in the Anderson household. Betty likes to feed her family hearty traditional meals, hot pots and casseroles. She stopped going to the chippy on Fridays since they added curry to the menu. She'll need to sit down for this one, Carol thinks. Mrs. Anderson studies the list. Forming the alien words slowly, a swell of horror floods her face. "Spaghetti? Bolognese? In Horton?" "It's okay, ma'am," Carol soothes. "We tasted some in Miss Marshall's demonstration lesson today. It's gorgeous. Not much different to shepherd's pie mince, really." Betty stands up, waving the list. "But where will we get all this stuff, Carol? Parmesan cheese? What's that? Can't you use Wensleydale? We've got some of that in the fridge." "Miss said we could use hers because it's hard to get locally." "Oh, did she indeed? And her tomato puree," Carol adds. "So it's really just the spaghetti, mince and a few other bits and pieces." Her mother walks over to the bench and starts peeling a stack of potatoes. "I'll have to think about this, love." By Thursday morning, Carol worries her mother may have forgotten about the ingredients. Or worse still, refuses to get them. "There's a £1 note on the mantel," Betty calls as Carol pulls her blazer on. "Go into town after school and see what you can get for that." Carol smiles. "Thanks, ma'am." After registration on Friday, the girls bustle into the domestic science lab. Miss Marshall gently lowers long spaghetti strands into bubbling water. "Now, girls, the trick is to be thorough with your timing. 12 minutes to perfection. Al dente, to the bite, neither hard nor soft." Carol listens intently while stirring her bolognese sauce. She wonders what her parents will make of the new flavours. Later that evening, Carol and her dad tuck in with enthusiasm. Mrs. Anderson sits in front of scrambled eggs on toast. "Come on, Bet," Jimmy coaxes. "Try it. The bairn's done well." "But those mushrooms look like little slugs," she moans. "Oh, go on, ma'am," Carol joins in. "I think you'll like it." "Oh, go on then, just a taste." Betty gives in, delving into her husband's plate before she can talk herself out of it. Her mouth creeps into a smile. "It's not that bad," she says, having another go, this time twirling the pasta around her fork. "How about devoting every Friday to spaghetti bolognese, ma'am?" Carol suggests. "Now we don't have fish and chips." Betty lays down the fork. "Now don't push it, missy."